Okay, so I just want to make a intro to this video because I cut it because my beginning was so long-winded and I feel like I didn't get to the point until like the 7-minute mark. Anyway, this is regarding the YouTuber Josie Lifts things, and I accidentally call her Jose, or is that what something like that when I was talking. I think because I've been practicing Spanish and my brain, when I see the word Josie or think of Josie, it just like is translating it into Jose, and I know it's not the same thing, and I know there's an I in there. I just want to say I have no idea why I'm doing that. And I feel like there was something else I wanted to say to you guys. Anyway, I watched one of her videos and I could tell she was like a total gaslighter. I could tell she was like a virtue signaler. I didn't think she was too much of a gaslighter. A little bit. I could tell more so. I was like, oh, this girl likes to virtue signal. It wasn't too bad. But then I watched this video, and this is what I'm getting into, and this what's gonna come up here. And in case I cut it out, I'll remind you it is the video of her going to Egypt, saying she went alone as a woman to Egypt. And like basically it's about like, is it as bad as people make it? But I get into it in my video of like how she's completely lying to her viewers and gaslighting, and I just could not believe this woman. And you know, and then what really bothers me is how she talks down to anyone who says anything like she doesn't agree with, or anything, almost anything on her channel and on her Instagram. I went to her Instagram and she is so disrespectful to people. It's unbelievable. And this is a person that has over 1 million subscribers. She is a mean person. And what I also wanted to mention is, like, I swear to God, you guys, just by looking at her picture and a thumbnail, I never watched any of her videos before, but I could tell there was just something about her face. I was like, I'm not gonna like this woman. Like, she's a bitch. And then I tried so hard. I was like, hey, Danielle, like, just stop being so judgmental. You can't be judgmental. But I'm telling you, I stand corrected. Or no, sorry, I stand firm. I stand firm. And I was right. So yeah, okay, I'll shut up now, and you can watch what I recorded earlier. So she puts up a video on how, like, I can't remember the title, I'll put it up here, about Egypt, and like, is Egypt really like the worst scammer place on earth or something? Going alone to Egypt as a woman to see if it's true. So she goes with 2 Egyptians that she's like either paying or like has made friends with. I don't know, whatever. She's like a big YouTuber. She has over 1 million something followers, right? So she's going around being chauffeured around in a vehicle by these people, going into markets and stuff where she proclaims that like probably no tourist has ever gone. Anyway, she's like, oh, everybody is so hospitable. These are some of the kindest people I have ever met. Look at how happy they are to show me what they do, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, and then she goes to somebody's house and they like make her lunch. And it's like, dude, this isn't the same as going to Egypt as a single woman. Like, this is not even relatively remotely the same. Like, how do you do this to your viewers? Like, you liar. You are fucking lying. You're gaslighting the shit out of people's experiences. And okay, the other day, it's weird, I keep seeing all this Egypt content. So the other day, this Asian girl, and if I can find her, I'll put her on here. It came up on my Instagram feed. She just got back. from Egypt. She had a bad time and here's why. And she told her story about like getting scammed and stuff. In that comment section of the reel she posted, you should have seen the horrific experiences people have had in Egypt. Absolutely horrible. Like this one lady said that they were with their family by the pyramids, and then like I think that I don't know if they had the kids on the camel maybe for pictures or something. Anyways, one of the guys starts taking off with the kids on the camel or kid or something, and like far away, and starts demanding that they give money to them if they want the kid back. And like, so they keep like raising the limit. Like, we want more money. Like, if you want your kid back. I guess this woman, like these parents were like insanely distraught, like freaking out, crying, like losing their mind. Could you imagine you think your kid is being kidnapped? Like, that ain't cute. There's people being robbed. There's so many, you should have seen the comment section of this reel. Then I watched this YouTuber. I really like him. If you guys are looking for like a travel YouTuber, his name is Gabriel. His channel is called Gabriel Travels. He was just in Egypt like a few days ago, and he has been about 5 times or something. This guy has been traveling since like the early 90s or something like that on his own, or at least like mid 90s. He's been all over the world. This guy's been to like over 100 countries. He's always traveling. And he is a man, just, you know, so this Jose girl can understand. He's a man. He's not just a single girl who's also with Egyptian people. Okay, whatever. It makes me insane. He's a dude that has a ton of travel experience, and he got scammed the other day in Egypt. He actually got scammed like a few times, but he had this whole story about how the taxi driver like forced him to go to the ATM, even though he had already paid him. Or no, it was the Uber driver. It's a long story. I don't want to get into it, but basically the Uber driver right away was like, oh, I'm not getting paid enough. Like, you need to give me more money, which Gabriel was like, okay, I'll give you more money. And then he even paid him more than it would have cost a taxi. And then the guy still said, that's not enough. Like, you need to go to the ATM. Like, I want more money. It was crazy. Anyway, so if that's happening to him, trust me, it is happening. And we know it's happening. Like, I shouldn't even have to explain this. But this girl is gaslighting people, and you should see how she talks to people that have said like they've had bad experiences in Egypt. She literally treats them like there's something wrong with them. She even responds with stuff like this about how she doesn't get scammed because she responds respectfully and politely in their own language. What does she say? I don't have it here, but like she like simply says no in a nice, respectful way. And that's why she hasn't got scammed yet. She says no thank you to their offerings. It's like, girl, you obviously haven't had any like real harassment or anything, because I am a very polite person, and I've almost been scammed so many times. I've had so many attempts just in my life traveling different places, especially in Paris. There were so many different people trying to scam us, like almost everywhere we went. And then with harassment, like there's a lot of countries where people try to sell you stuff. I remember as soon as we got to Jamaica off this cruise once, they like start opening beers and they shove them in your face and they force you to pay for them. You didn't even want the beer. So, you know, and when we were like, no, do you really think you just have to be like, no, thank you, sir. No, thank you. And they're just going to stop scamming you? But this is how she talks to people. She talks down to people that if they got scammed in Egypt, it's because they just weren't polite and respectful enough. This girl is insane. She makes my blood boil. She is so gaslighting. When I think about the family that had like their kids being taken from them and then demanded that they pay money, like listen to what this lady is saying. Like, she's insane. Then I commented. I never comment negatively. I've like never commented negatively on anyone's video like in my life. Like I am not that person. I always respect people's content, like people's opinions. People do whatever you want to do on your channel. If I don't like it, I swipe by. I never leave a negative comment. And this is like, I didn't even say anything that rude, but I said, this is the most gaslighting video I have ever watched. I'll put my comment up here. I can't see it right now, so I can't remember. I mean, you're seeing what I wrote. Basically, because it is. And she's basically denying people's very real and frightening experiences of being harassed, scammed, kidnapped, everything in Egypt, because she didn't experience that when she went there with 2 Egyptians being escorted around. And she responded, and this was, you guys, I wrote this was like, I went in to edit it to add something more. By the time I got back out, she'd already responded and wrote, "Tiny, tiny brain." This is how a YouTuber who's just so sees all the good in everybody responds to people, saying how it's not really fair that you are denying everyone's very real and very serious experiences while being in Egypt just because you didn't experience that. Well, you were there with 2 Egyptian men being escorted around. Why don't you try actually going on your own, having no connections, no form of security, and having to hire taxi drivers and Uber drivers and see how that goes for you? And another thing that plays into this, which I'm sorry, it's the truth. If she was alone, she would still be harassed and scammed, but she's also a larger woman that is not the most attractive. And I'm sorry, it is the truth. Men typically prey more on women that are more like highly sexually desired. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm sorry if this is offending anybody. It is the goddamn truth. A more attractive female is going to get preyed on by men more than the woman that's not. Because usually if it's a smaller woman, she's more vulnerable, whatever. It is the truth. You might not like it, and I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to offend you. I am not saying anything bad about anybody's body. I am just saying this is the truth. So she has all those things kind of giving her a different experience, and then she has the audacity to tell women that have had horrible experiences being sexually harassed, every single thing, scammed, robbed, whatever, is that it's basically their fault because she knows how to politely decline things and they don't. So therefore, they're just not understanding how actually nice Egyptians are. Like it's literally insane. And of course, I'm not saying all Egyptians scam people. No, I know that. I don't put everybody into a complete group and are like every single person is bad. Like, I don't think that way, right? But it is a freaking fact. Do your research. Dude, Egypt is one of the scariest places on earth. It's a fact. The tourism industry, they don't have a lot of money there, and when the tourists show up, dude, they are like leeches onto these people trying to suck out every single thing they can. It is just the way it is. But she denies it, and how rude she is to people, and I'll put up some more stuff here. I just couldn't believe it. I cannot believe this is like such a large scale YouTuber talking down to people like this. See, I should have went with my gut instinct, and my gut instinct told me I wasn't going to like this girl. My gut instinct told me. Anyway, okay, I'm going to let you guys go, but the gaslighting that this woman is doing is absolutely infuriating. And she's doing it just so she can virtue signal of how much better of a human she is, because she understands people. You just don't understand where they come from, and you're just not being respectful of them, and that's why you got scammed. You just need to be a little bit more like me. I'm just so much more educated on things, and I know how to speak to people, and that's why I don't get scammed, because I have a big heart and I understand. Wow.